All right, let's get right into it. We have all been in that tight spot, right? A supercritical virtual machine is just running out of steam. And taking it offline, well, that's just not going to happen. So today, we're going to talk about VMware's really clever, but also kind of tricky solution for this exact problem. It's a feature that lets you upgrade a running machine. It's an awesome tool for sure, but as you'll see, it's definitely a double-edged sword. So, picture this. It's the middle of the day, peak business hours. One of your key app servers is just suddenly overwhelmed. The CPU is completely pegged at 100%, memory usage is just through the roof, and the help desk calls start rolling in. You need more power, and you need it like 5 minutes ago. So, what do? You can't just power it down for a quick resource bump. No way. Every single second of downtime costs money, it hurts your company's reputation, and it basically brings everything to a screeching halt. The pressure is on, big time. You need a fix that works while the engine is still running at full tilt. And that, my friends, is where the magic comes in. Instead of a shutdown, what if you could just perform an upgrade on the fly? I mean, what if you could add more horsepower to that VM while it's still serving users, completely dodging that dreaded downtime? This is VMware Hot Add. It's a feature baked right into vSphere that lets you dynamically inject new virtual hardware into a live running virtual machine. You can think of it like trying to swap out a tire on a car while it's still barreling down the highway. Sounds crazy, but it works. So what kind of stuff can you actually add? Well, you can throw in more virtual CPUs for extra processing power, you can add more memory to handle bigger workloads, new network adapters for more bandwidth, and you can even slap in additional hard disks for more storage. It is an incredibly flexible tool for scaling up in a pinch. So here's the bottom line. The whole reason Hot Add even exists is for one thing: real-time resource scaling to keep your services online, no matter what. It's really the ultimate tool for agility, letting you respond to demand as it happens, not after everything's already on fire. But, and there's always a but, isn't there? Here's the twist. If this feature is so amazing, why on earth is it disabled by default in VMware? Well, it turns out that all this incredible flexibility, it doesn't come for free. There's a hidden cost that we really need to talk about.
Yeah, using Hot Add means you're making a pretty significant trade-off. You solve the immediate problem of downtime, but you might just be creating a whole new one for yourself.
And this right here is the heart of the matter. On one hand, you get this unmatched agility, right? The power to add resources instantly. But on the other hand, you risk a potential performance hit on that very same machine. It's a classic balancing act. So what's causing this performance hit? Well, the main culprit is a little something called vNUMA. Just think of vNUMA as the super optimized roadmap that tells your CPUs the absolute fastest way to get to memory. The problem is, when you hot add CPUs, you can kind of scramble that roadmap. And for those big VMs with a lot of cores, this can create, well, traffic jams, slowing down memory access and dragging down the whole system's performance. And there are other hurdles too, beyond just the performance stuff. You've got to remember, CPU Hot Add is turned off by default for a good reason. You'll often need specific higher-end ESXi licenses to even use it. And this is a big one. The guest operating system, the Windows or Linux inside your VM, has to support it too. It's not just a simple switch you can flip on. Okay, so knowing the risks, how do we use this double-edged sword without, getting cut? It's not about never using Hot Add. It's about using it wisely and for the right reasons. The best case scenarios for Hot Add are usually temporary or for non-critical stuff. It's absolutely perfect for handling a sudden, unexpected traffic spike, where, let's be honest, a tiny performance dip is way better than a full-on crash. It's also great for testing how an application behaves with more resources, or for upgrading your dev and test environments where peak performance isn't really the name of the game. So let's bring this all home. VMware Hot Add is not a silver bullet. It's a specialized tool for very specific situations, and its real power comes from understanding that fundamental trade-off that you're making. This quote really just sums it all up perfectly. It's an incredibly powerful tool that gives you amazing agility, but it demands that you plan carefully and configure it with your eyes wide open. You have to consciously decide to prioritize that flexibility over raw, optimized performance. And that really leaves us with the final question, the one you have to answer for your own environment. When the alarms are going off and you need to scale right now, is that perfect on-the-fly agility worth the risk of a slightly imperfect performance? The answer to that is going to define exactly when and how you decide to wield this very powerful tool.